Hello everyone, welcome back to match 2 of this Chaos Draft. We are 1-0, and we are playing the same decks before, except we've cut the Mirror Pool for a Island. So the first hand wasn't great, there definitely wasn't enough lands. This second hand, also pretty clunky, doesn't seem great. At least we have both colors of mana, but I don't think there's enough early plays. I don't think I can keep this hand. This hand seems great. It has an early Mars Grasp, has the Shinobi, has the wings for the Shinobi. I think I have to put these cards back. As much as I hate to put back Sleep Paralysis, Shinobi plus Dragon Wings is a really cheap way to get out of a game where we mulligan, because there's just an insane combo together. The best draw in our deck here is the 2 mana flying creature, just so I can sneak Shinobi in here and Mana War whenever they play. Whereas otherwise, they're going to know about Shinobi, but they aren't going to know about the wings, which means they might play a creature into it, thinking that I might have just had to clear it for them to be able to, for me to be able to attack. Putrid Cyclops. ATB, Scry 1, the real-time library, Putrid Cyclops gets -X-, that works, deck card CMC. Oh, this card could potentially be really bad for them. Okay, so it's alive. So we're going to go Breeze Collar, you return too late, buddy. The Breeze Collar actually lets me sneak in the Shinobi because they don't know it's coming, which is really strong. So I think I am going to develop the Breeze Collar here. Let's make it look like we don't have the Shinobi, because if I just show them the Shinobi, there's a good chance that they don't tap out for the creature and they just play a removal spell if they have it in their hand, right? Whereas if I just play this creature that doesn't look very great, they might think that they're pretty safe to just tap out here. Interesting, they didn't go for anything. Seems like they're holding up a counterspell or a removal spell, but Shinobi gets around a counterspell, so I am going to go for it here. I guess they could have a flash creature, would suck. Alright, put in Shinobi. So they're holding up a counterspell, not a kill spell. Yep, that's what it seems like. So Mana War their creature. Now, it's pretty obvious they're holding up a counterspell, and if they're going to have to tap out for their 3-drop next turn, since they did miss their land drop, so I'm just not going to cast a spell. I'm just going to make their life very awkward. If they want to play a spell this turn, they're going to have to tap out of that counterspell that they obviously just held up. Seems like they're probably going to go for Cyclops again. This card seems real sketchy to me. I guess a lot of the time it's just a 3 mana Scry 1, but they have to keep the swamp there. If they don't want that swamp, then they risk killing their Cyclops. Which just seems like a bit of yikes. So we'll get the Scry for more information before we make any decisions. Grave Exchange. That seems great, because if they kill our Shinobi, we can get it back. Which I think is the way we lose this game, is we lose our Shinobi, since we are putting the wings on it. So I'm going to top this, because we already have all the mana to cast it. Yeah, it seems great. So put the wings on the Shinobi. And now we have our flying Mana War every turn. This seems incredibly strong. Mana War their Cyclops. And develop our Breeze Collar. Had to check chat for salt. Sometimes you get some salty boys on this. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3 as long as it's a zombie, otherwise it gets -3/-3. Sure. So you're going to kill our Shinobi, which sets up a good spot where the spell I'm drawing that I set on top of my deck, I can set it up so that I can make them sack the creature they play and get back my Shinobi. So return land you control to owner's hand on tap target land. So what I can do here is I can actually just set up a pretty cool interaction with this Scry where I can get a free Scry. Because I already have my land to develop for the next turn, right? Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in play. So I can just pick up this Temple of Malice and play it again for turn. I won't tap the island. Oh. I did that backwards, obviously. That was not what I meant to do. That's okay. return a land you control to its owner's hand. Yeah, I guess I have to tap the mana and then click it, and then I untap the land. That's interesting. Weird. This is one of those cards I definitely haven't used before. So it makes a lot of sense that I mess up a card like that. So once again, pretty obvious they have a counterspell here. I think I'm just going to try to Myers Grasp this and play it into the counterspell, because it's not the spell I really care about getting countered. Alright, and now we're going to go for the scry play. So, choose target land, return a land you control. So I'm assuming this is the land that I choose. I tap 2. Oh no, so it's actually backwards, right? Whoa. So you choose the land you untap first. So I'm going to choose this land. Then I'm going to tap 2 of these. Like, return this one. Okay, so that's how that works. So we're going to untap this land. Then we're going to tap this, and then return this. Alright, we got it. Got it figured out. I'm not sure why it does it that way when on the card, return a land is first as a part of the cost. So you'd think that that would be the first target, which is weird. But sometimes Moto does strange things. Fledgling Imp. Discard a card. Fledgling Imp gains flying till end of turn. Sure. So I still don't want to play my Grave Exchange into a counterspell here. So I think I'm just going to play my Stasis Cell. And if they have a counterspell, hopefully we can exhaust them. If they have 3 counterspells, then that's it. There's not really much I can do. Hopefully we can exhaust them with counter magic here. Yep. And go ahead. I guess I probably should have got in there for one. I was still thinking the Fledgling could get flying, but because I tapped out, it couldn't. Take it. And I definitely not planning on blocking him with this, so yeah, that was definitely incorrect to not get in for 1 damage there for sure. Playing with weird cards that you've never played with before and you don't know the play patterns, you just mess up things in your brain so much. It just seems kind of like he has another counterspell here, which sucks. The spell gives me a bit of player agency to play around it, though. Like, I can upkeep, whip one of these guys. I think I'm just so far ahead if they don't have the counter with the Grave Exchange. Because I can Grave Exchange, make them sack a creature, and then I get back the Shinobi, and I get to attack and bounce a creature. Whereas if I whip, and they have the counterspell, it's still not great for me. I'm still getting hit for 7, and I have to chump. So I think I just have to hope they don't have it here. You sack a creature. Guess I just play around soft permission. Hope this resolves. If this resolves, it's going to be a pretty nice swing in our favor here. We get to remove 2 creatures from the board and have a Mana War set up to remove a creature every turn. We have the Lash Whip to clear the flyer out of the way. Just a counterspell and a counterspell and a counterspell. That's brutal. I don't think I'm supposed to chump here yet. I think it's very unlikely that blue-black can bird me out from here. Architects. I'm just dead if I don't cycle that, right? Because if I play it, I just can't block everything. Cartouche. That's pretty. Is that good enough? Make this a 2/2. Shrink this here. Block here. Take 5. Gain 2. It's not enough. So I could take 2. Make this a 2/2. Shrink one of the 2/2s. Block the 3/3. Gain 2. Go to 4. Take 3 and live. Then I have to show them black cartouche. They get to play around it next game. Or I think it's pretty unlikely that I win from here. So I'm just going to concede. I don't want to show them extra cards. I don't need to show them. Alright. So since they are a counterspell deck, I have a few options. So I definitely want to be the aggressor in this matchup, I think. So I definitely don't want something like this. I think Banehound still is too cute. I think Intellect's fantastic. If they're going to be sitting there playing counterspells, if I can get a creature down and equip this to it and just mill, I should just be able to pull ahead in the game pretty quickly. I think Negate is a great card. It's going to let me fight back against the counter magic. I don't think the bounce effects are very good, as the games are going to go pretty long, and I don't think it's going to be much about tempo. Alright, let's run it back. We just want to have 2-drop creature, 3-drop creature, 4-drop creature, 5-drop creature, 6-drop creature every game in this matchup, I think. Yes. Sand needs to draw a land before it does anything. I think it needs to get 2 lucky, and it's not really great even if it does get there. It needs to draw 2 lands before it's even really playable, and one of them needs to be a black land. I think this is blue-black. Like, if this is an island and a swamp, it's a lot closer. But right now, I think it's a mulligan. Alright, I think this is definitely a keep. Put back one of the islands. It's not great, but we have both our colors. We have Shinobi Swarm, which is a flyer, plus the Shinobi, which is definitely a good combo. So I'm going to keep. Not going to show them that we have black mana right now. Get the Shinobi down. Probably going to see a 4-drop here. It's fine. Didn't really get to use their extra mana this turn. Currently attack into this. So I'm just going to do... I definitely should have actually just played Swamp and developed Swarm there. That was definitely a mistake. I was thinking in my head that I didn't want to show them black. But for some reason I thought this was 5, but it's 4. All sliver creatures have... Yeah, this is just a 3 mana 2/2. Just gets pumped up. It's just a great card. Alright, we're going to develop the Swarm. Oh, we just got max punished for not developing that out. That sucks. So they only had 1 mana up, so that was definitely the time to get this down. We could use that to press damage. Brutal. Definitely going to declare no blocks on this Spectral Sliver. Glacial Stalker. Temple. Does that card accomplish anything? Not really. Should have lashed this guy. I don't know if playing the 4-drop there really makes a difference, but it definitely is meaningful. as we'd have the 4-drop in play instead of this 1/1. That's been really crappy for us. No blocks on this. And this is the spot where if they don't play a creature, that we want to be able to draw the wings or a way to clear the Alloy Mirror. So yes, that's not great. So now I think we need to set up the scry. So the first lands, Protrusion's Land, we untap. So this, and bounce this. And replay this for turn. Negate, too far behind to top negate, I think. And tap for 1. I think that's going to be it for us here. Alright. We got punished for really bad, but let's put it behind us and move on to match 3.